Hi everyone. Okay, so to start this holiday look, what I'm going to do is first go in with my concealer. So I'm going to use the Tower 28 concealer. This is in the shade CC. And I'm just going to take this and put it on my eyelid. And I'm just going to take a small beauty sponge and I'm going to press this all over my eyelid, just so we have an even base for the eyeshadow. Okay, so for this eyeshadow look, we're gonna keep it super simple because we are gonna be doing a wing and a bold red lip. So I'm gonna be using the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes eyeshadow palette. So I don't think I've done a tutorial with this eyeshadow palette if I don't recall, but it's a really great palette because there's so many neutrals and it's so versatile to use. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with this color here, and I believe it's called Matte 4. So if you can see, it's just this kind of like taupey brown shade. And I'm gonna take that on Morphe brush. This is the JH35 with the Jaclyn Hill collection. And I'm gonna work this color right into my crease. And then I'm like softly also winging out this color. So I'm just kind of focusing on the crease. We're not gonna use too many colors for this eye look, but we're just gonna keep it really simple because we're gonna be going in with the red lip. So now that we have an even transition, what I'm gonna do is go in just with a little bit more of a tapered brush. So this is the Morphe M514. And I'm just gonna go in with the color that's right underneath that first color that we just did. I'm just taking a little bit of this and going back in that crease just to define it a little more. So this is one of the holiday looks I'll be doing. I'll also be coming out with smoky eye, which I think is so pretty, but I probably wouldn't pair a smoky eye with like a bold red lip, which is what we're doing now. So I'm just like blending this with a very light hand, just making sure it's all smooth. Okay, so we finished those transition shades. What I'm gonna do next is take this like very light color in that palette, and I'm just going on like a flat shader brush, and I'm taking this and I'm putting it on the eyelid about halfway. Because we are going to put a little bit of sparkle on. Okay, so I think that's good for that look. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch palettes. So I'm gonna go in with the NARS. This is the, I can't remember the name, Orgasm Rising palette. So this is a very, very gorgeous palette. Has some neutrals, but also has a lot of shimmer shades, which I really like. So I'm gonna go in with this first shade, which is like a very light gold. And I'm just taking it on my ring finger and I'm just pressing it, or like patting motion, right on the eyelid. Just so it opens up the eye a little bit. Okay, I'm pretty happy with how this is looking. I am gonna take just a clean, fluffy blending brush, and I'm just gonna blend these shadows. Okay, next we're gonna move on to the wing. So we are gonna be using a eyeliner, a liquid eyeliner for the top line, but I'm gonna kind of outline it with a brown black to start, just so we have a little bit of an outline. So I'm taking this super small Sephora brush. This is like my ancient brush. I'm just gonna take the bottom two colors of this palette and I'm going to blend them, or mix them, what am I saying? I'm gonna mix them, and it's just gonna give us a really nice outline. So I am also lining the top of the lash line with this. So I'm just like lightly patting it on. You might have a bit of fallout, so I always like to kind of wipe the brush off a little bit. This is looking actually really nice. And I'm going to also take another brush, so just something a bit more fluffy, like a small fluffy brush. And I'm going to blend this color out that we just applied. just so it softens it a bit. But this creates that outline for the wing, so it makes it a little bit easier, because we all know things can be intimidating, that's for sure. I can't even remember the last time I did a wing eyeliner. So basically crossing my fingers, hoping this will go well. But this is a really easy holiday makeup look that anyone can do. If you don't feel like you need the wing, you can totally not do one and just leave it at this step. I feel like I'm just gonna add one. So again, I'm going back with this brush and blending out that top color. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is the wing. So I'm taking this Wild Breakup Proof Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. It's just like a pen. I don't know if I even use this. Like, I don't know where I found this. It was somewhere in my makeup drawer. I'm just gonna go right in with the eyeliner to do the wing. And I'm kind of using that shadow as like a base just to kind of help us do the wing. And I always kind of like to stretch the skin as well as I'm doing this. It really helps. So we have the line, and then for the actual wing, I'm just gonna lightly line that, and then I connect it with that line. So it looks a bit thick, so what I'm gonna do is just clean it up a bit so it's not too thick. Unless you like that like thick liner, you can definitely keep something like that. I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit. So I'm going to take a concealer brush and I'm just going to lift it. Just do the same on the other eye. Okay, so we finished the eyeshadow and the winged eyeliner. What I'm going to move on to next is mascara. So I am using the Hourglass Unlocked Ultra Black Mascara. I've been using this for like about a month and I actually really like it. It curls your lashes really nicely and just gives them like a lot of length. It's not as voluminous as the, what's the other one? I think it's called Unlocked Extreme. Or don't quote me. I'll if I remember the name. Oh no, it's called Caution. That's what it's called. Caution mascara. It's actually really good. A lot of volume. This one I find is just more like lengthening. It still gives you a bit of volume, which is nice. The curl holds really nicely with the lashes as well. So I don't mind this one. If I were to choose this one or the Caution one, I would probably go with the Caution just because I like volume. So I'm just gonna put a layer. I might do falsies today, I'm not too sure. So I'm gonna put a layer and let it dry, and then we'll continue with the Complexion, and then I'll probably have my decision made by then if I want to do false eyelashes. But I'm just putting like a light layer of this mascara. I think that looks pretty good. For complexion, I'm going to do a little bit of a fuller coverage for this look. So I'm going to use my Makeup by Mario foundation. And I'm going to use my bronzing tint. I will link this down below. I used it in my other video. It just gives like a nice tint to this foundation. I'm gonna put about like a pump of this one because it is a bit more of a fuller coverage. And I'm going to apply this with a brush. I'm using a bit more of like a dense brush. Oh my God, this foundation's running down my hand. And I'm going to just like press it on into my skin. I kind of want a fuller coverage today just because this is supposed to be like an easy holiday makeup look, but if you're going out, you might want a little bit more coverage. I don't know. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I wore full coverage makeup, but I don't mind doing it once in a while. I mean, it just makes everything look better. So I'm just like pressing this. Oh, my hair is getting in the way of everything. I'm just pressing this right into my skin. And I'm going to take a bit more on the back of my hand and use that on my forehead. Okay, so I'm happy with how the foundation looks. What I'm going to do next is go in with concealer. So I'm going to take that concealer we used before. This is the Tower 28 concealer. And I'm just putting this under my eyes just for a little bit of coverage and brightening. And anywhere where I feel like I need more coverage. And I'm gonna take that on my baby blending sponge and just press this into the skin. Okay, then I'm gonna take like a bigger beauty blending sponge and I'm gonna just kind of blend everything. Okay, now that that's all blended, I'm gonna take my Sephora. This is the Micro Smooth Face Powder, and I'm just gonna set my under eyes so everything stays in place, and just my T-zone area. Okay, moving on to bronzer. So I'm gonna use my NARS Laguna bronzing cream. So I did purchase this during the Sephora sale and I thought it's like, I have used it already and it's amazing. I think it works really well. So I'm just taking some on a brush and I'm just putting some on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna start lightly pressing it into the skin. It literally blends like a dream. It's so smooth. So I do have like the Laguna powder, the baby one, and I love it. So I'm just using the cream for this one, and I think it just gives like such a nice contour. Taking some a little bit near the temples. What I'm gonna do next is actually go in with a bronzer. So I'm gonna use my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I'm gonna take that on a little bit more of like a bigger brush and just set that powder. Now I'm not using a cream blush today, I'm just gonna use a powder blush. Because we're doing a red lip, I just don't want like too much blush because I don't want it to clash. So I'm just bringing this bronzer down my neck. I think that looks pretty good. For blush, I am gonna use MAC's Warm Soul. This is a great blush if you're using like a red lip because it's pretty neutral and it doesn't pull a lot of pink. I'm gonna just take that on a flat, it's a Morphe M554 brush, you can see. And I'm just gonna pack it on and just place it kind of on top of that bronzer. Okay, so now that we've finished our blush, I'm gonna quickly fill in my eyebrows. So I'm just gonna brush those up using my Kosas brow pencil in soft brown. And I'm just gonna quickly fill them in. So we're gonna go back to finish our under eye. So we're gonna take that Makeup by Mario palette and we're gonna go in with this, the first shade that we used. And I'm just taking this on a Morphe M514. And I'm going to use this for our under eye. So I'm just gonna lightly blend this under. I love this palette. Like, if there is one palette you need to buy, it's literally this one. It has all the colors you need to create so many looks. And then I'd probably get like a shimmer palette. I did buy his new palette as well, and I'm gonna do a video with that, but stay tuned. I'm gonna go in with this little dark shade here. It's called, I think it's called number 7. So these colors don't really have names, but, and I'm just gonna take this right at the end of the eye, right under with that same brush. So I think that looks pretty good. What I'm gonna do next is go in with Nude Sticks Ice Baby. So this is just one of their glow all over face sticks. It just gives you like a nice dewiness to the skin. So I'm gonna take my ring finger and I'm just gonna press this right into the skin. So on my cheekbone, on top of that bronzer and blush. And it's just so subtle that it gives you, like, it's colorless. If you look at it, well, mine's pretty dirty, but you can kind of see it focus, but there's literally no color to this, but it just gives you like that luminosity to your skin. Okay, so we're gonna do a red lip, time for the lip. And what I'm gonna use is the Maybelline Color Sensational Shaping Lip Liner in the color 150 Brick Red. So I just picked this up today from the drugstore because I literally had no red lipstick. And I didn't go to Sephora, so let's see how this is gonna look. So I'm gonna line my lips. It's never easy lining with red. But if you just do it like one stroke at a time. And then for the actual red lipstick, I picked up this Milani lip cream, and this is in the shade 10, it's 10 Satin. I don't really know much about this lip cream, so we'll see. It just looked like a really pretty red in the store. Let's apply it. It looks like it's a really bright red. I'm gonna use my other mirror just to be a bit closer. You can breathe now because the hardest part is over. I really like this red. I feel like it's the perfect holiday red. I'm gonna link it down below. And the way it went on, it's just so smooth. It is gonna dry down, so I will blot it a bit after, but this is a perfect festive red. It's not too pink. I was really keen on finding a red that didn't pull a lot of pink. Not that I don't like those, but for a holiday, I just feel like I need something that has like a true red tone. Yeah, I think it looks great. I don't think I'm gonna do lashes with this look. I think I'm kind of satisfied with how this is looking right now, but by all means, if you feel like you need to add lashes just to kind of vamp it up, you definitely can. So I'm just gonna take my Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I've used this in like all my videos. I really like this. I'm running low, so I think they do make a bigger version, like a jumbo size, which I'll probably purchase because this is so freaking good. So I'm just gonna set my makeup with this. Okay, and this is the final look. Please let me know if you have a chance to recreate this look. I would love to see. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I will be posting some more festive looks next week as well, so stay tuned for that. But that's all I have for you for this week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.